So in my top 10 books of 2014, I forgot to mention that I read in and around 36 books, which ultimately means I still failed my 50 book challenge. Granted, not by as much as 2013. But as we all know, I am a sucker for punishment, so 2015 will be another 50 book challenge! Wish me luck. And so January, our first month in 2015, I read a total of 3 books. It's not a great start. In fairness to me, January was exam season, so I had no time for reading for pleasure. You know, exams, yo. Exams. But let's talk a bit about the books that I did get to read. So as you well know by now, I am sure, the first book that I read in 2015 was The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. This is a absolutely lovely, heartwarming book that contains absolutely no horrific violence whatsoever. The next book that I then read was Saga Volume 1, which I do believe is written by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Fiona Staples. I'm actually not too sure which way around it is, but oh my gosh, this was fantastic. This graphic novel is so hyped that I was kind of scared that it wasn't going to meet my expectations, but oh no, it was so good. It was so good. Oh. Basically, the only way I can describe this is Romeo and Juliet in space. It's so fantastic. It definitely lived up to its hype, it didn't disappoint me, and it's such a fantastic intergalactic space romance-driven adventure story. That's such a weird description, but it's the only way I can describe it. It was brilliant. A bit of a warning though, it is very, very graphically sexually explicit, so, you know, for the more mature reader, or if you feel like you can handle the subject matter, use your own discretion. It is extremely explicit. I'm just putting that out there. And so the last book, book number 3, that I literally finished reading on the last day of January was All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This is just such a beautiful and painfully real book. I went into this book not exactly knowing what I was going to expect from it, and it kind of wasn't what I expected, but I didn't know what to expect, but it was amazing, and the way it's written is beautiful, and the description and the world building, which essentially is quite important in this, is beautiful. I think that comes across because one of our main protagonists is blind. It's a very tactile experience because to her the world is very sound and colour and tactile because obviously she's blind, she can't see, and that was such a unique experience, but it was beautiful. This book actually does come from a multi-perspective point of view, but each voice is so clear and distinct, and it had a way of making its chapters run that kept you in suspense and you wanted to know what happened to everybody, and you become invested in the people's lives. Also, with it coming from both a French and a German perspective, we have that thing again where the lines between good and evil can be blurred and it's not so clear cut, and I really like that whenever it comes to my historical fiction because that's just life. Things aren't always so black and white clear cut. It just doesn't work like that. My only regret with this is that I didn't read it sooner, because it would have been just so great to read it at the same time when everybody was so hyped about it. But it's just such a beautiful book, and if you like historical fiction or you're wanting to delve into historical fiction, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So they were the books that I read in January 2015. Not too many. Hopefully I will be able to keep the pace going and still keep my reading up. We will see just where exactly I come in my 50 book challenge of this year. Here's looking to the future. So let me know down below, what did you read this month? What was the first books that you have delved into in this new year? And as always, links to my other social media will be listed down in the doobly-doo. And if you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not already, please do subscribe and join our family. You'll be most warmly welcome. And until the next video, guys, bye bye.